Welcome to A Current Tonight. I'm your host, Michael O'Brien. Mosques, a place of worship or a terrorist cell? That was a rhetorical question. But seriously, every Friday, peculiar scenes are witnessed whereupon thousands of bearded men and cloaked women descend upon the streets to visit these Muslim temples called mosques. These mosques seem to be increasing at an alarming rate, but they are not without their problems. Our reporter has more.
It's a typical Friday in the suburb of Banks Kemba. Cars double parked to the rafters. Bearded men walking the streets in their traditional foreign garb. Shoes forming a shoe mountain. Last week, the residents of Warneville partook in unprecedented riots after plans were revealed by council to allow the building of a mosque along the border of Warneville and Banks Kemba.
Mate, these Muslims are everywhere. They come on the boats, they clog up our streets, they try and force halal on me. I don't want no Sharia meat. Man, I just want to go to bloody Yarra go to Murrumbidgee River for some barramundi, mate. That's all. You know.
Last week, the residents of Warneville attended a town hall meeting to discuss the proposed building of the mosque. One of the key issues identified as an area of concern for the residents was the issue of parking. Banks Kemba entrepreneur Farouk thinks the issue's been blown out of proportion. Farouk?
Yes, like you said, the issue has been completely blown out of proportion. Now, this parking problem can be easily fixed. You see, I have developed this wonderful system. It's both cost-effective and will solve the parking dilemma. I've invented a contraption which will allow a car to be hoisted into the air, which will be suspended until the car has double parked, can move.
That's quite interesting, Farouk, but what's actually holding up the system?
I have to think of that part, but the idea itself has been patented, you know.
But that's not a real solution. Have you considered a car park?
Car park. Not a bad idea. But there are many issues in our community which can be addressed with very simple solutions. For example, missing shoes. Now, as you can see, I am not wearing any shoes. This is because while I was praying, my shoes were taken from the mosque. But I have developed an app which you can download on your smartphone for only $49.99. Yes, folks, you heard it first, $49.99. This app will allow you to locate your shoes through a GPS tracker. With one press of a button on your app, you are able to locate your shoes and set them on fire.
You can't be serious. Surely that's a bit harsh. Won't it burn their feet?
Yes, it is. But remember, sister, hellfire is hotter.
Moving on, I spoke to some of the female counterparts in your community, and one of the key issues identified amongst themselves was the issue of women's spaces in mosques.
What are you talking about? Muslim women have plenty of room. Come, I'll show you. See? They have plenty of space.
We asked Muslim expert Professor Peter Dinkelanister to join us today to talk about Islam and Muslims in Islam. Professor, the first question I have is it possible for Muslims and non-Muslims to coexist?
Well, yes, I believe that Muslims can coexist with non-Muslims.
How is that possible, Professor?
I believe Muslims have had a long and peaceful history with the non-Muslims.
Professor, how do you know this? Have you ever even been to Islam?
Once I must dispel the misconception that Islam is actually a country.
So, if you've never been to Islam, why should the concerned residents of Warneville believe anything that you have to say?
Well, once again, Islam is not a country.
So what you're trying to say is, let me see if I'm getting this right, okay. You can be an expert on Islam without ever having actually been to Islam. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The saga in Warneville continues to unfold. We will keep you updated on events as they occur.
Fascinating story. And I cannot believe we have such dodgy professors out there. Shame, shame, shame.